Have you ever been like totally overwhelmed and you're thinking to yourself, there's a lot of things that I want to do, but I don't know what to do and when and what order to do it in, and I just wish there was someone out there who could just kind of tell me how to live my life and tell me what I need to do and when I need to do it and all those things. Man, being an adult, being in charge of myself sometimes feels very difficult, but I can do hard things. And I can teach myself that this isn't even really that hard. Like, just work out what you want to do and then work out how to do it and then do it. So this is the beginning of me working that out.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time on stuff that doesn't really matter, while wishing for something better. I try to fix things that weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart, and I won't dare to say, do you feel the same way? Maybe you don't wanna know, but you don't see what you have in front of you. Or maybe I'm not enough for you, so maybe I should go. If I had known from the start, this would never deal with broken hearts, 'cause I don't wanna waste my time.
So when you have kids, you're never gonna have your entire place perfectly, completely clean. That's my opinion. My opinion is that people who are doing house tours and stuff, they've gone to a huge effort to make sure that it's all clean and tidy, which of course, that's what you'd want it to be if you're doing a house tour. And their children are usually have gone out with a relative or their husband or in the backyard or down in their basement. And for all the rest of us, we have kids around us. We have life continuing and going on. So first step, I kind of went around the house, cleaned up a bit, and that kind of helps me. As I'm working and packing things away, I'm starting to think about a plan of execution for what I want to actually write down and do. And then I can move on to the next thing and feel a little bit more settled. So where did all this start? Well, it's me thinking that there's a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of things I want to achieve. I also have 10 children, and I need to simplify processes, because if you have like ADHD type tendencies, and you want to live a simple life and you want to not worry about things, and you've been through a lot of trauma of being in lockdown for a really, really long time, that I want to make a plan for my life so that I can get done all of the things that I want to do, need to do, and live my own life for me. Not live the kind of life where I'm like, oh, she does it, so I should do it, or these unspoken rules of how we should live our lives, that if I want to walk daily and learn beekeeping and work on my garden and do read alouds and do different projects and stuff around the house, that I got to make a plan of how I can do it. So this is the video for other people that are kind of sitting there going, I want to sort my life out, but I don't really know how to do it. So I figured if I kind of share the process with you, then maybe this will help someone else. So what I did last night was I started writing things down because I was feeling that I was getting to the point where I had like so much on my mind that when it came to actually doing stuff, I felt like I was doing nothing. I felt like I was kind of just sitting there going, what do I need to do next? Then panic, panic, panic. So, time blocking. That's my plan, time blocking. Instead of making unrealistic goals or, you know, thinking of the coulds, woulds, and shoulds, I'm now thinking of the why and the how. So totally giving myself a massive dose of grace and patience and not worrying about things. And I'll share with you what I wrote down. So I wrote down time blocking, and then I wrote down what time do I actually want to get up. If I want to get up early, what time do I want to go to bed? So it kind of makes sense. If you make a decision that like from now on I'm gonna get up at 5 a.m., the night before, say you go to bed at like 2 a.m., you set your alarm for 5 anyhow because you're so determined, it's kind of gonna make sense that by like the next afternoon you'll be wrecked and you'll be really tired and thinking, I need to go to bed early. But old habits die hard, don't they? So sometimes I think the gentle adjustment, if you really think about it beforehand, you might realize, you know what? I don't want to get up at 5. I do want to get up before my children, so maybe let's aim for 6 a.m. My kids sleep through the night, and I don't really see any of them before 7 a.m. But then I think, what do I want to do in the time that I'm up early before the kids? So then you can quickly jump into the overthinking category, and it's like, Katherine, simplify, make it easy, don't worry about it. So then I can expand it to like, what are my goals? What things do I want to achieve? If you haven't been raised to be like a goal setter or you don't really know how to, I'm there with you. I'm learning these things along with you. What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? And like time blocking, what is it? So my basic understanding of what time blocking is you pick a start time. So that time could be when you get up. So let's pretend it's 7 a.m. Get up at 7. Then you start blocking your time out. So between 7 and 8, what are the different things that I want to achieve? If I have a desire to like win the Nobel Peace Prize, I'm not going to suddenly work for 3 minutes to invent something and then it'll just magically happen. I have to make deliberate steps to achieve my goals. So time blocking, it means that I may set 1 hour a day where I'm going to work on writing a book. And then I know I have that time to work on the book, that when that time ends, I shift gears and I move on to the next thing. That will, 1, relieve me of the pressure of like things seemingly never ending, and 2, it'll help me shift gears a lot. It'll help me be more flexible. So I find that a lot of people, when, you know, myself included, when you feel overwhelmed, you might suddenly spend like 6 hours cleaning the house, but then you spend no time to do anything else. So trying to kind of be deliberate with my time is really challenging. So this is where I'm at. This is, you know, if I can set those blocks of time where I'm going to achieve different things, then hopefully I will manage my time a lot better. I want to do things like lose weight, become a successful businesswoman, exercise, learn new skills, work on the garden, all these different things that I want to do. And I think that actually time blocking may help me achieve those things, that I won't like skimp. I think that's one trap that I really fall into, is that I can heavily dedicate myself to the children and housework and stuff like that, but I don't actually dedicate myself also to my personal goals of being a successful person in a business sense. So it's got to be doable. I've got to be able to do this. So there we go. This is video 1 on getting my act together. My act, like, hey, my act is kind of together. Like, we have our routines, the house is organized and decluttered. I have certain times a day where we do a lot of things, but I still keep too much information in my brain, and then it can become really like, it's too much, I won't do anything, I'll sit on the couch. Because I'm overwhelmed and I'm thinking too much and I'm not actually doing stuff. So that's the plan. And I'll let you know how I go. And yeah, I'll just leave you with that though. Instead of thinking about what should I be doing, think about what do I want to do? Ask yourself different questions. What do I want to do? Why do I want to do it? And I think it's really good to do a lot of self-reflection on why we do or don't do things, because I do hear it all the time. People work in a job for 20, 30 years because that's just what they do. And they never actually thought, hey, maybe I could do something different. So that's kind of where I'm at. I hope wherever you are that you are well. And let me know, do you do time blocking? Does it work for you? Does it make you more productive? And just touching on that like ADHD comment, I would rather invest a few weeks into very intensive decision making and working out what I want to do than continue to spend day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, feeling like a bumbling fool, feeling like I'm overwhelmed with making decisions. So the intensity now, I will thank myself later because I've made the decisions, I've made the plan, and now I just need to execute the plan. Clear as mud? I'm glad. I'm glad that we can work that out together, and I'll let you know how I go.